Okay, we're live.
We're live?
Go for it, guys.
Great. So we are back again with another game between Team EV and Team Hertz. I am joined by my co-caster Fat Panda YouTube. Hi, Fat Panda. How are you doing?
Hi, Aries. I'm doing good. What about you?
I'm doing great. Just looking at the drafts of the two teams so far. Pretty
Yeah, so
standard
one side we
stuff.
have an all-star team,
Yep.
and another side we have a team which has a lot of potential.
Yep. And I really like both the lineups from both the teams. You
Yeah.
have, Lavel.
Novel is, he's a marksman who can just dominate late game.
Yep. Yep. And on the other side, you do have an Elandor marksman, which is a lot less common because you usually see Elandor in the jungle.
Yeah, yeah. So because he's a
And
late gamer and he needs farm, so it's quite rare to see
uh,
him in that.
I've actually played quite a bit of Elandor lane myself.
Okay.
The build that you go for is Blitz Blade, and then you go into the Clavis Sancti.
Yeah.
Because you're skipping the jungling item, right? Your
True,
tier
true.
1 jungling item. And as we're saying that, looks like there's a small
There's an
engagement out
invade.
near the blue buff.
And who gets it?
Yeah, and Miriam got the first blood as well as the blue
Yeah.
buff. The physics ends up going down. Great rotation, great response coming out from both Vaporeon and Pharaoh.
I feel it's just
And
a bliss to watch Miriam play jungle.
yep, he can jungle on anything, pretty much
He's
anything.
like the J-Jack who can jungle, who can support anything. He's the person who
Yep.
can jungle anything.
And while we say that, you can see that Dirac is absolutely broken. He just chunked
He
down
is,
75% HP off that pain there. This I don't know why you would not ban Dirac, honestly.
especially
It's
the Rock. I mean,
yeah, it's
he's one hero that it's quite difficult to counter. You can counter a Fade. You can counter him very easily with CC.
yep.
But Dirac is a person you need to have a particular person who can counter him exactly. And you need to have your timing right. Your position has to be right on him.
Dirac is one of those heroes that just likes to sit back, right? He sits back and keeps throwing out his S1s, his S2s. He likes to control the fight from a very long distance.
Yes.
And while we say that, I think there's a dragon that's being attempted by the blue side. Good reset coming out from the red team. They're doing well so far. And
Fade, trying to get some poke.
Alandor is actually, they have a very good poke lineup. You have Vayne, Alandor, and they end up taking the first dragon. Good rotation coming out from the blue side. They didn't have their Zill with them, but they still ended up taking the dragon anyway.
Yeah, there's a fight between the Omen and the Noob on top, but they just split away.
Yeah, I think that's a very, very even matchup, right?
Actually.
I main DS, and one of the things that I personally have realized is that Omen has no true counter in lane, just like Lubu has no true counter in lane. There's
So,
nothing that
what do you prefer? Who do you play most in the TS lane?
I play a lot of Omen honestly, but I
Okay.
also play a lot of Lubu.
Okay. So the fight right near the red buff, and two of them are down. It's Elendor and Kha'Zix.
And Dirac ends up surviving because of his very, very broken passive. where he
And
does
Miriam,
not
as
die.
usual, getting the kills.
Looks like there's some aggression coming out top from the red side. However, look,
Yeah,
the
here's
Omen
Lubu.
seems to be absolutely fine, and still just backs off, retreats towards that mid lane to farm up.
He has a lot of damage sustain, so he can just handle it.
Yeah, Omen is such a difficult hero to really bully out of lane because of
Actually, and that Pain survives with a sliver of HP.
that was very, very close. But unfortunately, even the Zill actually, this Dirac is putting in so much work this game.
He's just
think
broken.
Yeah, this hero really needs, and I think this is going to be global pick ban. So we might not see that Dirac being coming out for the entire series. I think the blue
Yeah.
side will be banning out Dirac because that hero just provides too much utility in my opinion. Why Islandor almost being taken down by that Lavil? This is what I was just telling
Close.
silence for the game. That Lavil's DPS is probably the highest in the game
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
the highest in the game.
Yep, it's ridiculous how much DPS Lavil has. It's you can see right. There's this passive. Those
It,
3
it,
bullets that he's
it
bringing
the
up.
way he kites those people, and there's
This is a very
and this
big.
dragon trying to be taken away.
Oh, good engage here from Fear. He blocks the.
Oh, that's a
Zill
flick
down.
ulti. With the vapor on.
And looks like the Zill is going to go down. Yes,
He is down.
Good snipe coming down from. And
Alenda
MUAY
has
looks
no
like this-
place to go. He's just confused where to go. He's getting kited from all the places.
And the red side ends up losing 3 people in the team fight. 2 of them use their endless cycle to come back. But the blue side looking very, very good so far. They are up 7-0.
Payne should recall, I feel. He's on a very low health.
I just think he's trying to clear the wave because he
Okay.
sees the
Yeah.
Labial and you know the Omen out on them. And yeah, he's recalling Drake when I'm about to say that. So
I mean,
Kratos
each wave is important to clear because of the gold which you get from it.
Yeah, especially after that 5-minute mark, right? After 5
Yeah.
minutes, you have like the tower protection goes away, and then you have the cannon minions that spawn. Good positioning from the Kha'Zix trying to provide vision, and this Dirac is being engaged on. However, is he gonna go down?
Oh,
Yes,
they get the
he
kill
does.
on the rock. Finally.
Very good engage coming out. 3 people making
Yeah.
that rotation there, completely catching him off guard.
There's a
Good
fight
setup.
going on top between Omen and Lubu.
Yeah, but this is what I was talking about, right? This is an absolute stalemate.
Yeah,
Omen
it is
not
crazy.
solo kill the Lubu. Because Lubu has too much sustain. And Omen, even though his defense
Kha'Zix is going on top. They're trying to go for gank.
looks like they are, but I think this Omen will back
No,
off.
no,
Yes,
no.
he does.
Back out.
He recalls, so he's essentially wasting the time of 4 different people on the map. They're all centered around that side of the region. Kha'Zix are coming out, trying to provide some vision for his team. Kha'Zix, again, one of the best utility heroes in the game because of how much
Yeah,
vision he provides.
he has the ability of ganking. Like, he can just initiate with his S1 and S2 and just gank them.
And also his ulti, right? It gives you
Yeah.
so much vision. It's essentially, and while we are rambling on, looks like that Alando went down solo to this lava whale.
Oh.
Lumber ult comes down as well. Looks like Kha'Zix is
But
gonna go down.
double misses from the level. Payne
has
survives
that,
again.
They need to be careful here.
Oh,
That's
oh,
what I was
just look at
talking about, the Dirac ult. I think that could have taken them down if they were a little more low.
True.
Looks like they end up surviving. So just the Alandor going down and the Kha'Zix, I think those were the 2 heroes that went down for the red side, whereas nobody went down on the blue side. Abyssal Dragon now going down. They
Going down by the red team. You take it
quickly
away.
actually.
I mean, there's no goal difference as much if you go to say like just 300.
Yeah, I think the blue side has done a very good job farming up.
Yeah.
Despite being 7 kills down,
Okay.
they are ahead in gold.
That's a really good ult from both Miram as well as Vaporon.
Yeah, I think these guys have, I think Riplov, Vaporeon is Riplov, by the way.
Yeah.
He's been playing with the team for quite some time. All of these guys have so much experience amongst themselves. Riplov being a veteran himself, Miriam has been playing for a long time. Hades again, who's playing by the name of Umbreon now. Very seasoned, very, and again
They get the kill on Payne again.
But look at how even the gold is, right? It's
Yeah,
still
I
neck
mean,
and
even
neck.
though they're losing the match, they're still getting the gold.
Oh, beautiful Lavilal comes out and Miriam just swoops in and kills
Just
that
melts
Alandor.
him.
That was such a good Lavilal from Hades there, coming halfway from across the map. That 3-second stun, and this Lavil
And-
is absolutely shredding people, gets the kill on the Kha'Zix as well. The blue side now looks like they're starting to take the game away. They might
They're trying to go for the DS right now. Once they get the top tier tower, they might go for the DS.
you can see they're all grouping up on that side of the map, whereas Omen has switched bot now. He just wants to take care of the split push. And looks like Miriam is going to go back to his jungle, get that blue. Yes, he does.
But you can see there are 4 people that are rotating bot. They're trying to get Omen. I mean 3, sorry.
And
They just get the
Omen
kill on
ends
him
up
and the
going
tower.
down. That was a very good rotation coming out because they knew they couldn't do anything. They couldn't fight them near the TS. So they decided to aggress the other side of the map. I really like that rotation coming
Yeah,
out.
so they traded the DS for a tower as well as in a kill.
And Omniarms coming out from Lubu.
It's a bit shocking.
I'm not too sure I like that item because Tirak already has that Tomb of the Reaper ready. He has that heal reduction, and I'm not sure how much this Omniarms is going to do for Lubu. Yes, it gives you damage amplification, but from the life.
But if you have the Tomb of Reaper, I don't think it would be that useful.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Dragon's Dragon's being put on the bottom tier tower.
And Miriam is on a hot streak. He is 8-0-3 right now. Absolutely taking over this game. Most farmed hero. I think Zill has done an amazing job just keeping up on.
Oh, that's just so close from getting a hit on Lubu. The double trouble from the level.
And meanwhile, Omen continuing to split push that top lane, being an absolute nuisance, being that one.
Omen late game actually can just melt the towers once he starts the split pushing.
Yeah, and Omen is such a strong hero by himself, right? That there's never a kill threat for Omen. There's nothing that threatens the Omen enough that he needs to feel the need to back out. You know, you can always be out on the map farming while your team is on the other side.
Yeah,
I think that's the beauty of Omen because he's such a strong 1v1 and even a 1v2 hero. Honestly, while I say that
Omen's a one-off a hero. I mean, there's no one like Omen.
Look at that. So you had the enemy jungler and the enemy marksman trying to take him down, and he's absolutely okay. He just backed out of there.
He has the damage sustainability in him, and in the right hands and the right mechanics, he's just deadly.
And while we say that, looks like this high ground is going to go down. So the blue team really picking
up. They're just four-manning the whole lane.
And looks like they're going to end the game here. They're trying to go for the throne. They start hitting it down. Laval is focusing.
It's done. It's done.
Just spiraled out of control. It was very neck and neck for a while, especially in gold. But I think the blue side just pushed the issue.
Yeah.
I think the Lubu is out pushing on the map, taking that more. But really good map coming out from the blue side, just going for.
I think the red team would have learned from this that ban Tirak at any cost.
Yep.
I just want to see Miriam play Maganga jungle once again. It's a treat.
It was very fortunate that I was the one casting that game. I think Piyush and I were the ones who were spectating it.
Okay.
Or I don't know, but it was one of my co-casters, and it was a very fun game to watch.
It was just crazy. I mean, I just saw the highlights of it, and I was like, wow, like seriously, how can you Maganga jungle and still win the match? I mean, he was not dying at all. Like, the life steal which he used to get from this S2 was just crazy.
And I think that brings us to the end of the stream. So thank you so much for watching Game 1. We will be back with Game 2 and another interesting game, interesting draft. We will see you again in a bit.
Stay tuned, guys.
the next Team EV now playing on the red side, and Team Hertz playing on the blue side. The draft has begun. Pretty standard bans coming out so far. Fat Panda,
Yeah,
Florentino, and
Kira.
ban.
I think they might go for a Richter ban, Team EV. Okay, no, it's the Dirac. They just don't want to give it to Team Hertz.
Yep, the hero is too busted in my opinion. I think they might go for a Malok and an Alice here.
The Malice combo, deadly combo.
If the blue side does not pick one of those two right now, then
The red side is going to take it.
Yep, Team EV can snatch up both of those heroes. So Pain is still open. However, I think this is global ban. So I don't think that Pain will be coming out for that blue side again. They might go for the Lavil this time though.
Yeah.
But I still think that the red side can respond with a Caffeine that does pretty well against the Lavil. Yep, they go for
Okay, the
Alice.
Alice. They go for the Alice.
Yeah.
They just don't want to give the Malice combo to the red team.
Yeah, I think I could see a Malok and a Caffeine coming out here from the red side because
That
they already
might
played
be
the
there.
Lavil in game 1.
Or William can just go for an Elendor and jungle him.
Yep, that could happen too. And right as we're saying that, yep,
Malice.
Malok
And Caffeine.
Caffeine, just like we were saying, are being hovered here. Let's see if they are going to be locked. Yes,
Caffeine is locked in.
Caffeine. I honestly we expected this because they picked up Lavil in the first game. Caffeine does pretty well against the Lavil. I'm not really sure why the blue side decided to go for the Elandor last game. It could have gone for a Caffeine or a Joker themselves.
Or just wanted to save it next game. Maybe.
But looks like they're going to go with a higher
Raz. I feel, a Joker can counter Caffeine quite well if you go to C.
Yeah, but there's still Pain open for the red side, right? They
Yeah.
can instantly snatch up that Pain, and suddenly your Joker is not very strong, and it's just gonna get one shot by that.
He's gonna get melted by Pain.
Yep. And, let's see what Team EV decides to pick up here in their third pick. I think they can probably pick their DS here or their support, depending on what direction they want to take the draft in.
Yeah. So if William plays the Pain, then it might be a Malok mid.
Yeah, I think we are potentially looking at
Okay.
a
Zill.
Malok. Yep.
It's a Zill.
And them picking Zill actually just makes it a little more solid that this could be a mid Malok. And
They can still go for a Pain. They can still go for a Pain.
Yeah, but I think Zill provides enough AP for them, and they are
Okay,
still
they
banning that Pain.
ban Pain.
They are still banning that Pain out. So I think the blue side realizing that the Zephyrus was banned
Yeah.
might have thought that this was targeted for the Pain, but no. Instead they decided to
Crixie.
Crixie,
Yeah.
which is it's a pretty good hero. It's a really good teamfight hero. It's good follow up for that Malok.
And the late game damage from Crixie S1 is actually quite dangerous.
Yep. Once you have that boomstick and that Hatate is online, you do a lot of damage again, especially after the enchantments have started.
Now I think they might go for a support ban.
I think
Okay, Omen gets banned.
I think this tells you that Fear is looking to play Richter in this game because Omen is honestly the only hero that does okay against Richter.
Yeah.
Richter is otherwise a very, very strong laner by
He's-
himself. He wins his lane against Tina, he wins his lane against Florentino. Richter, a very good pick overall, like a
If-
solid clear laner.
Yeah, and if you play Richter in a good hands, like his mechanics is, if you have a good person who's playing it, and your timing is right, and your position is right, with your S1 you can deal a lot of damage. Especially in team
Yep.
fights.
And you have Fear on the red side that's going to probably be picking up that Richter, right? So, it is definitely going to be in good hands because this guy is extremely mechanically skilled. He is ranked 2 on the leaderboard. I think his name is IGN now is Sylveon, but formerly known as Fear, probably one of the best players in the server. Absolute beast on that DS lane. And looks
Zuka.
like a Zuka being hovered here.
That's a bit strange.
It's a very interesting pick. Yeah, I think that was just a hover. And now I don't think they'll end up picking up Weasel.
No.
They might go for something more standard, like a Chi, for example.
She's actually good.
A Chi, I think, provides a lot of team fight, and I'm not sure
Her lifesteal ability, which comes, is actually really good from
Yeah,
each
but
attack.
do go back for that Richter, right? This Omen ban should have made it pretty obvious that the red side wanted to go for Richter, and they decide to pick Yena into the Richter. I'm not sure that's a good idea. Richter does pretty well against that Yena.
Rector might just melt her.
Yeah, I have been the Richter and I've been the Yena in a lot of matchups, and trust me, it's not fun being a Yena with Richter.
I mean, just Richter has that ability to just like jump into Yenna and just melt her down.
But
And with his S2, he can run away.
But I think it's more of the personal comfort, because you saw
Okay.
that the Yena was instantly locked in, right? As soon as they picked up Richter, it was like even they anticipated the Richter pick, and they.
So maybe he's just confident that, yeah, I can just take on the Richter.
Yeah, I mean, you as a Yena, you do have a lot of utility in team fights with you being CC immune, you having damage reduction in your heavy form, you having a knock up, you have a lot of abilities that you can throw out in a team fight. So Yena also a very strong hero to just pick off the backline just like Richter. It'll be very interesting to see how this game works out.
And they take a Volkout in the jungle.
Yep, Volkat is a very powerful hero in the early game actually.
But this late game, he can just get melted by Caffeine.
Oh, look at this physics being hovered, and I think the physics is what they are definitely going to go for. I am honestly surprised that physics was not banned so far. I really think either side should have banned the physics. It's a very powerful hero, and yes, Miriam is hovering the Omega, but I don't think they're going to pick the Omega, or are they? No, they go for the Mnet.
Okay, they go for the net. So they're just trying to nullify the dive which comes in from the Volkout with the net.
Yep, from the Volkas, from the Yena, from the Hayate, you have from the Raz. You know, all of these heroes want to run at you.
Yeah.
All of them just want to get on top of your backline, want to get on top of the captain and kill her. I think the Anet and the Malok are going to be key here for the red side, because that's a lot of counter engage potential coming out from. So I'm pretty excited to see how this game. And look at this beautiful skin coming out from Miriam. I think is that Shogun? Yeah, that's.
Yeah, that's a Shogun's gun.
That's a beautiful skin, and even Sylveon.
I feel the Astral Walker is way better than that.
I mean, with Zil, right? All of his skins look the same. I don't think.
Yeah, true.
The appealing hero, and very interesting enchantments coming out from the blue side. No.
Endless cycles. Yeah.
Yep, no endless cycles on any of their heroes.
The red have 3 as well.
Interesting decision, not going for the endless cycle on the Volkat or the Hayate at least.
I feel that Hayate should have taken an endless cycle.
Yeah, I don't know how much that Veda is really going to do for him this game, because he's going to get bursted down by that Caffney and Rick
Quite
and the Zil anyway.
fast.
Yeah, he's going to die anyway. I'm not really sure if the Veda is going to help him too much. And I don't know. I think this Raz is also going to really struggle this game, because Malok versus Raz is actually pretty okay for the Malok, because in the early game, there's not much that the Raz can do to you.
Yeah. But in the late game, Raz's S2 deals a lot of damage.
Yeah, but you again, Raz is snowball hero, right? Where you have to be ahead. You have to be ahead to be doing well, and if you're not ahead, you're absolutely screwed, right? There's nothing you can do that's gonna make it.
There's a pause.
There is a pause. Looks like they are going to resume as well.
And the game 2 begins.
side just heading out of their base. Standard laning setup. Neither team
Get
doing
ready.
anything crazy here.
Minions
They
will be
don't want to
deployed
swap
in
lanes.
5 seconds.
That is something that
And
sometimes we experiment a little bit with.
and there are
When
4 Arctic ops on both the sides.
oh, I mean, I've honestly stopped paying attention to that, man, because you know there's Arctic ops everywhere. It's just broken. It's just the
Everybody's
Arctic op
spamming
of
it.
virginity. It is the Arctic op of virginity, and again, how good is an Arctic op, right? It's so useful in so many situations. There's no reason not
Yeah.
to go for an Arctic op.
Especially if your opponents have a dive composition, your Arctic op can save you a lot.
And pretty standard stuff coming out from both teams. Classic 3v3 engage, while the jungler ends up taking the middle lane and then farming up. Looks like they're simping this Zill pretty well, and
Caffeine is trying to
Why
melt
the
Hayate
solo
just down.
This is a level 2 Caffeine that's just like dealing so much damage to Hayate. Feels bad for
Just imagine that if Caffeine is doing this much damage right now, once she's farmed, just imagine her damage. It's going to be deadly.
Yup. Absolutely. Why we're saying that looks like Slayer lane.
Raz is going for an engage.
And
And they get the kill on Vaporon.
He ends up getting Vaporeon. That's a pretty good kill for them, but however, look at that Slayer lane. Nina is already been forced back to her base. And this is what I was telling you, Richter is such a strong hero by himself. Looks like the blue side is red side going for the Sentinel. Beautiful engage there from Fear on top of them. And the Volcat ult also being committed here, trying to get some kills, ends up using his ult.
Richter gets saved again.
Oh, the Annette ends up surviving and looks like they
Still gets the kill.
clean up everyone. They end up cleaning everyone. The
Oh.
Raz managed to get out alive.
He just managed.
But now Mary,
They get the blue buff.
the enemy jungle ends up taking the blue. This gives the Malok his level 4 as well. This is when the lane becomes unplayable for Raz, right? This Malok is ahead of him. Now there's nothing you can do to him as a Raz. That's so bad playing Raz this game. He's behind.
Yeah.
And unlike last game, Fat Panda, look at this game. You know, it's just 3-1, but the red side is already almost 1,500, 300.
Almost all. Yeah.
They have a big goal lead, and Richter engaging.
Richter gets them to Raz. And they get the kill. It's so easy. They play it and they make it feel so easy. I mean, it's just smooth mechanics from them. It's just crazy.
They end up taking down the Hayate and the red buff. Looks like the red side is having everything on right now.
They're not giving anything to the Volcat. They're just giving him an empty jungle.
They're already 2,000 gold ahead. They're going to get this dragon, continue the snowball, and I think this was a mistake. This
Alice is gone.
This Alice had no business in there. I'm not really sure what the
Why did he just enter in like that?
I think he just face checked the bush.
He's trying to take the tower, and I don't think they might take it up.
Yeah, you think that so much of the game, the red side is almost 3,000 ahead now. So it's been a long time, but it's only been 4 minutes. This is a 3,000 goal lead in 4 minutes.
I feel the blue side should play a little more defensive and not go in for the engages, or like just try to run away from the engages.
But while we say that, look at this. Looks like there is an engage that's going to go down, and the Malok ends up dropping. However, they are going to clean everyone else up.
And Zill survives. He just survives with a sliver of HP.
Meanwhile, Umbreon killing off the Hayate self of screen. So effectively, that was 4-0, I think.
Yeah, I think it was a 4-0.
He's rough.
Okay, there's a pause coming in from the red side.
Look at this, a 4,000 goal lead in 4 minutes.
That's just crazy.
I think this game's already over. You have a Volcat, Raz lineup. It's behind by 4,000. I don't think you can come back from.
I think the game's done in 8 minutes.
Volkath is a very snowbally hero in the sense that you want to get ahead early game and you
Yes.
steamroll that, and once you get to that mid to late game, Volkath is pretty much just somebody that goes in and tries to get as many kills as possible. But considering how underfarmed he is, he just has a Soul Reaver and it's 5 minutes, whereas Miriam on his Zill is already on his way to his next item after having completed his boots as well. He is 1,600 gold ahead.
I feel the red team is showing a way more rotation than the blue team. The way they're rotating, the way they're engaging, the way they're taking the objectives, I feel that's more important in a game.
Yep, it's their synergy, right? And while we
Yeah.
were rambling on, they took a free tower. Looks like they're going to get a free Abyssal Dragon as well. Solidify their lead to 5,000 gold now, Fat Panda. This is pretty much starting to become an insurmountable lead, especially having the better late game, right? The red side.
It's a one-sided game.
Then have the captainy, and look, while we say that, looks like there is a fight breaking out
Fight.
in the jungle. Miriam just plays
He
this
just-
Volkath, not even.
He just melts him. It's a butter melt on Volkath.
This is an absolute beat.
A blue team tower has
Easy
been
to
destroyed.
destroy.
Raz tried to go 1v3.
Ultimate.
And they lose their mid tier 1. That's the most important tower in the game.
Yeah, it just gives you the jungle. It provides you access to the jungle.
And they essentially got it for free here because there was a fight breaking out in the jungle, where I think Miriam, and they get another kill. However, Miriam does end up dropping there, dying to that Volkath, also using his endless cycle to come back into the fight. You see the Alice ult being used in the team, right? Looks like it's where the defense goes from them and they're setting up for the dark player.
I feel they need to play a more defensive game right now than trying to go for the engages and try to farm more gold into the Hayate, because Hayate late game is quite dangerous.
But you look at the red side, right? There's so many ways that the Hayate just dies in team fights. You have the Zill, you have the Caffeine, you have a Richter, you have a Malok. I mean, I don't want to
They
be
can
playing
be
Hayate
dying
this
into
game.
it.
I honestly think they could have gone for a Lavil because Lavil's solo carry potential is a lot higher compared to the Hayate.
It's going for the
And
DS
looks
right
like,
now.
The DS is going to go down, and a fight is also breaking out here. Caffeine ult being used just to zone everybody away. Everybody disengaging from that team fight.
Come on, Eevee. Get it done within 8 minutes if you can.
So we are approaching that 8-minute mark here, and Team EV has built up a 7,000 gold lead.
If you just see the objectives taken by Team Eevee and Team Hertz has hardly got a chance to take any objective.
It looks like it's been Team EV being all over the map, having the better macro decisions, having the better rotations, and
Better
looks
drop.
like Victor is going to engage bot, and they end up getting the
The
Raz
Raz.
for that. Miriam and Richter just pairing up beautifully there, getting the kill. And the base also being pressured heavily here by that Caffeine. However, Yena did manage to clear up that wave.
I feel Yena is more used right now once you see the gold difference, which is like almost 10k.
Oh, look at this beautiful shock coming in, going in for a hard engage, but oh my god, this Volkath just died.
Just melted. He just got melted by Caffeine in 2 shots.
Just very, very rough here, and the high ground tower goes down. Raz tries to engage, but Raz ends up going down, and look at this Caffeine just running all over them.
Late game.
Absolutely one-shotting everybody here.
That's the late game Caffeine. It's just dangerous. You need to like control her and try to get a kill on her. Get a CC on her and just finish her. That's the
Caffeine
only
has
way you can kill her.
3 items, right? This Caffeine is absolutely massive right now. I think he is most farmed in the game. Absolutely, he is neck and neck with that Zill in terms of farm. He's just been doing an excellent job just farming up keeping
As you can see,
So, sorry to interrupt, guys, but I just wanted to add, in fact, for you guys and our viewers, not sure that you know, the blue side is playing with a slight handicap in terms of arcanas, in terms of their overall account,
okay.
because they are international players and have recently made these accounts on the SA server. They are part of the Philippines team, Heart Soul Stars.
Oh, I
And
think
a big
yeah, that
thank you
explains
to
a
them
lot.
for taking part in this tourney and for gracing us with this exhibition match, by the way.
Yeah, that explains a lot because I think a lot of the early exchanges just come down to the Arcana, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And them not having that Arcana for Volcat because their lineup is excellent. You have a
Mm-hmm.
Volcat Raz which can
Oh,
absolutely
Hayate.
steamroll games.
Mm-hmm. True. And Raz has not been, I personally saw Raz as a really good player. He's not dealing enough damage because of the Arcanas, is what I feel.
So
Yep.
that explains it.
Yep,
I
absolutely
and
does.
at this point they're just so far
The
behind as well,
tower has been
Mm-hmm.
because of the early game, and
11k
that's where
gold.
the Arcana really helps, and that is the early game. That small bit of difference that it makes looks like that's slowly been snowballing out of control for the red side.
Absolutely. No,
And
I just wanted to make sure neither you guys nor the viewers, were under any illusion that these guys are a weak team. They are solid gold.
No, there's no
absolutely,
weak team.
Yep.
we can see that their rotations
They
have
are trying
been.
their best to play. I mean, even though they don't have the Arcana, they're still trying to play. That's a great thing, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And beautiful pushback from that Raz while we say that. However, I still think he's going to end up dropping.
shut down.
No, he
And
lives on very low HP. Really,
A blue team
Viewers, as
tower
soon as
has
you
been
mentioned, I see it.
destroyed.
The Raz really did a
he's
number
dealing
on
a
the
quite a
damage
lot
towards
of
the
damage,
base.
actually, right now.
He's landing his abilities but not doing enough damage, is what I feel.
Yeah, because they're so far behind.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
That
look at
and
this
yep,
Cassidy and the
Traffic melted two people.
one-shotting everyone here, and I think
And
this
that's the game. I mean, hats off to both the teams for playing such good games.
really clean gameplay coming out from Team EV there. Team Hurts, unfortunately, because of their new account, not having that early game potential despite having the early game heroes. Really well played on both the sides. We will get back to you with the next game.
Stay tuned, guys.
sure.